And welcome to the BNOC ground in Foursquare St. Philip for the second game in this year's Amass over 50s T20 cricket tournament. Where the challengers are playing the veterans. The news here at the ground, the challengers won the toss and decided to bat. Out in the middle are Seal, Lee, and Troy Topping. Topping batsman on strike. And opening the bowling for the veteran side's Ian Drakes, the left arm spinner. Good enough to have played for the West Indies Masters. Starts with a delivery down the leg side. He'll wait for the signal from the umpire. Umpires Carrington signals wide. So off and running. The challengers side, remember they won the toss and decided they'll take in first knock. They are one without loss. As Seeley, Mark Seeley, former Barbados opening batsman, also a very good squash player as well, comes into strike. Had a very good tournament last season, finished with the most runs last season. And they'll be looking to continue that same vein this year. As Drakes flighted delivery, which is driven pleasantly through the offside, gone for one, and quickly will come back for the second run. So Seeley opens his account, and the challengers, 3 without loss, over number 1. The teams, the challengers captained by William Lashley, Jefferson Gibbons, the vice captain, Mark Seeley, Carol Marshall, David Innes, Sherwin, Ellis, Troy Topping, Curtis Murray, Philip Kinch, Marlon Tarogi Blackgrove, and Ainsley Jordan. And the veteran side, Anthony Morris, captain, Ron Bates, Pedro Agard, Winston Warren, Orion Bostic, Leon Lane, Anthony Young, Ian Drakes, Michael Matthews, and Ogis. As a delivery from Drakes, driven into the offside, and there is no run. 4 without loss. Drakes delivery that's gotten away from him really, and no ball. Signaled by the umpire, and then as per want, the free hit is signaled. So Drake's really infringing there. Full delivery and called and signaled no ball by umpire Carrington. So Seeley with the opportunity to free his hands, and he's hitting this one down to the long on region. Will get one. Should come back for the second quite easily, as Bates is after it. In fact, Warren, the fielder, the batsman, have enough time to complete 2. 7 without loss. Over number 1. Remember, this is the first game in the 5th year of this, the Amass over 50s T20 tournament. A delivery which is played into the offside, and this time it is definitely Bates, as that one goes through him, and the batsman this time will come back for the second run. Should take the score up to 9 without loss, but a poor bit of work there by Ron Bates, the veteran seasoned campaigner. The 5th year of this tournament, and they've only been 2 winners. The veterans in 2020, the Limers in 2022, the Limers again in 2023, and the veterans in 2024. And there was an opportunity for a run-out chance going to Beggin. So to close out over number 1 with a quickly taken single, a bit of risk involved to close out the first over. The challengers who won the toss elected to bat their 10 without loss. Archer will pick up the attack from the southern end of the ground. Archer, another one of these tried and proven performers in this version of the competition, the over 50s competition. He has a slip in Leon Lane, a man at backward point in Warren. There's a man in that cover region there, looks like the Captain Morris. A man at mid-off, mid-on, sharp mid-wicket in Matthews, and a backward square. Starts with the delivery, which is bringing the batsman forward, and good running by this pair of Topping, who hails from the north of the island, and Mark Seal Lee quickly through for that single. 11 without loss in start of the second over. Troy Topping plays his trade for the North Stars club down in St. Lucie. Some would say up in St. Lucie. St. Lucie, the top of the island on the map. Takes his guard from the umpire. Some adjustments being made in the field as the man from third man being asked to come 3/4 of the way in. And Topping bowls faces a delivery which is playing back down the trap to the bowler and is followed through, and there is no run. "11 without losses." Topping waits on Archer. Delivery is bringing him forward, and yet again, good communication, good running, good understanding between these two so far. Don't think they would have played much together, but they seem to be communicating and running fairly well. 12 without loss, a single to Topping to take him up to 2 and brings "12 without loss" as Seeley waits on Archer. A delivery brings the batsman forward, stylishly plays it into the offside where the Captain Morris, who's renowned to be one of the better leaders in the country, does the fielding, and there's no run. 12 without loss, also the chief cook and bottle washer of this tournament as well, the Amass over 50s T20 cricket tournament. First of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, as a delivery down the leg side and neatly taken by the keeper. Pedro Agard standing up to the stumps and wide, called by the umpire. Another sundry goes into the laptop. 13 without loss. As Seeley waits on Archer, who's bowling a good delivery just on or about the all stump. Getting a bit of bounce as well, but Seeley good enough to adjust to it. Punches it into the offside, and yet again, there's no run. Delivery cut away outside the all stump down to the man coming off the sweeper boundary. And the batsman good running again, but this pair putting some pressure on the fielder down there. Looks like O'Geese. And the batsman quickly back for the second run. So the close out over number 2. Winning the toss and batting first. The challengers, they are 15 without loss. Drakes to continue from the northern end. Fly to deliver outside the yard stump. Passes the man at backward point, and the batsman will again hustle through for the second run. Looks like Bostic. Delivery partially stopped there by Ron Bates in the cover region. And this time the batsman settled quite early on one as he scored. But that single goal takes it up to 18. Seeley, who's got 10 of those 18, comes back in the strike and his partner topping 5. Remember the challengers, led by Captain William Lashley. They won the toss and without hesitation, perfect cricketing conditions, elected to bat first. Delivery played into the offside to Bostic. Good return, but the batsman yet again, these two seem really fleet-footed. Completes yet another single, and that could be really important here, the way they're picking up these ones and twos as they score up to 19. 19 without loss. Fly to delivery, finding the edge of the bat, but going down. Leon Lane at slip does well. Prevents any possibility of a run, and the ball is back with Drakes. Delivery down the leg side, and this time not taken by the keeper and wide. Rightly called by the umpire Carrington, called and signaled. So 20 without loss. We're in the third over. Topping weights on Drakes. Delivery outside the yard, start driven pleasantly through the offside. Pass a diving around Bates, should run fairly close to the boundary. They've completed 2 and they will turn and come back as the ball just stops just inside the boundary rope. The batsmen have enough time to complete 3 runs. So well run again. This has been a really good feature of this partnership so far. They running between the wickets and they've completed another 3 runs there. So 23 without loss. 1 legal delivery remains in the third over. Delivery down the leg side. Passes the keeper. Runs fairly close to the 5-leg boundary. The batsmen have enough time yet again to complete a double. We wait for the signal from the umpire if there's any forthcoming. Leg buys this time signal by the umpire. So close out over number 3 at the end of it. The challengers, remember, they won the toss and decided to take first, not the 25 without loss. Yet again, brilliant running by this pair. Good urgency being shown between the wickets by these two. Another easy single, well run, well judged. Takes the score up to 26 without loss. Sealy, he's got 11. Sorting himself out at the striker's end. Taking a bit of time. Probably using this as a tactic too to catch back his breath after running those quick singles. He waits on Archer. Delivery, which is punch back to the bowler, and there is no run. Full delivery brings the batsman Sealy forward. Delivery outside the yaw stump. This one clearly got away from Archer. Wide called by the umpire. Delivery punch to that man region in Warren, and there is no run. This time passes that man at that backward point region down to the man coming off the sweeper boundary. Good throw by that man down there. Looks like Ogis. Sends a good return up to the keeper. "28. I make it 28 without loss. Topping. Settles and waits. Diving stop by the man at that backward point region to close out. Over number 4, and at the end of it, the challengers, remember, they won the toss and decided to bat their 28 without loss. Change will be Alan Young to come into the attack, replacing the left-handed spinner in Ian Drakes from the northern end of the ground. So Alan Young will come into the attack, being a staple at the Malvern Club. Starts with a delivery full outside the yaw stump. Sealy with a questionable look at the umpire. Umpire Carrington steadfast. 28 without loss. So a good start there by Young. Flighted delivery outside the yaw stump. Delivery which is punched straight. Met with the full face of the bat by Mark Sealy. In his heyday, some would argue that he was one of the more technical batsmen going around the country. Would have played in the straight for the Wanderers Club. They recently won the Elite Division, first time in 42 years. They would have gotten some silverware at the highest level. 29 without loss as Toppin waits on the batsman Toppin, who's caught at the wicket, driving loosely at the delivered side of the yard stump, and a good catch too, taken by the keeper Agard. So wicket number 1 goes down, that of Toppin, caught at the wicket. Wicket 29 for 1. The new batsman is Gibbons, Jefferson Gibbons. Delivery outside the yard stump, and this time the outstretched arms of umpire Carrington will come into play as he signals a wide. So far, there have been some 5 wides and a no ball already in this innings. Delivery, there's Gibbons driving at the delivery outside the yard stump. Doesn't make contact, and the ball not taken cleanly by the keeper. But all is well, that ends well, 30 for 1. 2 legal deliveries remain in the 5th over. Gibbons is getting a delivery down the leg side, and this will run into the fine leg boundary. Wides as well, called by the umpire. So 5 more to the score. Should take it up to 35 for 1, but another wayward delivery here being served up. And yet again, more extras. Extras already up to 13, made up of 10 wides, 2 leg byes, and 1 no ball. Extras, the joint score so far. 35 for 1. This time, heard a loud call of no ball, and then the outstretched arm of umpire Carrington. So, despite the wicket, it has been a really wayward start to this spell by Alan Young. Probably trying a bit too hard. As the free hit now being signaled by the umpire as well. The free hit tugged into the leg side. They've gone for 1. I don't think we will see the same urgency in the running as we had with Toppin was at the crease. Gibbons a lot older. Some would tend to argue that Gibbons much fitter than Toppin, but that would be left to be seen. 37 for 1. Delivery outside the yard stump, and another wide called by the umpire. So this has been some really wayward stuff. 38 for 1. This over so far conceding some 10 runs, most of them in sundries. Seeley is getting a delivery which is turning into the onside, straight to that man at mid-wicket, and yet again Seeley very quick between the wickets, completes his 14th run, and at the end of over number 5, the challengers, they are 39 for 1. Delivery played into the onside this time to give Sealy what should be his 15th run, and he scored up to 40 to start over number 6. Gibbons, who's got 1, will take his guard from the umpire. As Archer making some adjustments to his field. Man at third man being asked to come into the circle. Slip being asked to go wider, and the man at long on being sent down to the boundary. As Gibbons is trouble here. Yes, no situation. Both batsmen stranded in the middle, but Ron Bates, as his want, couldn't prevent the single, and all is well that ends well as Gibbons picks up his second run and challenges up to 41 for 1. Sealy's turned the delivery pleasantly down to the fine leg region. This should run into the boundary just about now. A valiant chase by Leon Lane, but in the end the ball will end that foot race. So another boundary to Mark Sealy. He's quickly up to 19 from 21 deliveries, and the score quickly up to 45 for 1. Punch past the man in at that point region, but protected by the man coming off the sweeper boundary, and another single. Sealy picking up his 20th run, and they score up to 46 for 1. As Gibbons, who's got 2, comes back in the strike and waits on Archer. Delivery down the leg side and pulled pleasantly into the fine leg boundary again. A wayward delivery angle into the pass, short, no pace at all, and Gibbons good enough to get his first boundary, and the 50 coming up as well for the challengers side. 50 off 5.5 overs. So it's been a good start by the challengers side, a team who really didn't do so well last season, and they've made some changes to their roster. They've bought Toppin from down in St. Lucie. He was snapped up by Pushang. I think something to do with transportation. He told them living in the same area. $50 for 1. So it's been a good start by the challenger side. And now we see some more adjustments being made in the field. Bates being asked to go down to fine leg. And the man from Slip now being asked to reinforce the onside field. So he goes to square leg. Mike Matthews will remain at mid-wicket, and Ian Drake's at mid-on, the leg side field. It's Archer from the southern end. Goes a delivery which is bringing the batsman forward. So to close out over number 6, I make it, and at the end of it, Archer 3 overs, no maidens, none for 19. The challengers won in the toss. They are 50 for 1. It would have just signaled the end of the batting power play, and it was a very productive one as well for the challengers. They would have gotten up to 50 for 1. So a very productive power play for them, as Young will continue. Starts with the delivery, which is driven into the offside and not fielded cleanly by the man there at backward point. Looks like Ian Drakes, and the batsman complete a single. So Sealy with his 21st run and the 51 for one. The challengers more to alone. We're in over number 7, 7 of 20. Young, the wicket taker, bowls a delivery which is coming off the outer portion of the bat down to the third man region. Gibbons would give us the impression that he would have opened his face and steered that one. Young would have thought they would have got a moral victory there, hit finding the outside edge. 52 for one. Delivery outside the yard stump. Punch pleasantly, but this time straight to Ian Drakes, who does well. And there is no run. This one is steered to the left of Drakes at backward point and to the right of the man coming on from third man. And initial call of 2, but Gibbons had already made up his mind to settle for 1. And Sealy continues merrily along. 22 from 25 deliveries. Remember, he was the leading run scorer in last season's edition. And he's really started well here, looking to cash in for this challenger side. Bit pleasantly over the man at backward square. They should run fairly close and into the boundary it goes. A lovely shot there played by Jefferson. Gibbons, short delivery and just punch. Whip pleasantly through over the onside and a boundary to Gibbons. He's quickly now into double figures up to 11 and the score 57 for 1. As a delivery outside the yard stump, and yet again this wayward bowling from Alan Young continues as the outstretched hands of the umpire comes out again to signal and indicate yet another wide. 59 for 1. Delivery driven pleasantly to the offside, but there's a man at home on the sweeper. Will Sealy come for the second? Yes, he will, because Bates not really known for a really strong arm, and the batsman open to that fact. Complete and easy 2 runs to close out over number 7. And at the end of it, the challengers winning the toss and going merrily along, deciding to bat first. They're 61 for 1. The second bowling change as Captain Morris comes into the attack and finds the outside edge of Sealy's bat. Ball goes down to third man. And the batsman complete an easy single. Takes the score up to 62 for 1. So it's been a really good start here by the challengers. Delivery left alone outside the yard stump by Gibbons, taken by wicketkeeper Agard. Finally, Gibbons will settle. And is beaten with a beauty of a delivery by Morris. Good bit of work by Bostic coming around there at that extra cover region. Sweeping, and there's a loud appeal, and the index finger of the umpire goes up. Wicket number 2 goes down. Jefferson Gibbons swinging across the line, and a judge to be struck plumb in front. So wicket number 2 goes down. Morris in his first over strikes 63 for 1 for 2. The new batsman is the captain in William Lashley. Solid player, one who will try to get in and try to build an innings before he goes on the attack. So a lot of work still left to be done here by the challengers side. We're in over number 8. 2 legal deliveries remain in over number 8. They've progressed to 62 for 2. Lashley's beaten, probing delivery outside the yard stump. So to close out the 8th over, and at the end of it, the challengers side 62 for 2. Delivery, which is punch into the offside, and they will complete another double as yet again the fielder is Bates, who doesn't have the strongest of arms, and Seeley very aware of that and putting a lot of pressure every time the ball goes in the area where Ron Bates is, and immediately know that will evoke a change in the placement of Bates. So they'll now send Drake on the boundary and bring Bates inside the circle. Score with that double goes up to 64 for 2. As the fielding adjustments have all been completed, and the man at third man just being asked to go a little bit wider. And Young is on his way into bowl to Seeley, who with that broad bat punches the delivery down to the long on region and gets another single. Can really see the class of Seeley coming to the fore here. 26 now from 28 deliveries. Score up to 65 for 2. Young with a delivery played into the offside, and this time Bates, even although he's inside the circle, the batsmen still have enough time to get one. So good running. Delivery whipped into the onside to the left of the man coming around from backward square in Ogis, who does this fielding but can't prevent the batsman from completing another single. 27 now goes Mark Seeley, and 67 for 2 to score. Captain is driving pleasantly down the onside, this time in Lashley, down to the man coming off the long on boundary. And one more to the score. This time, Ron Bates gets into the way and there is no run. So the close out over number 9. And at the end of it, the challengers winning the toss, electing to bat 68 for 2. There was a delivery which the captain Lashley steered down to the backward point region. I was thinking about a single, but an early call of no from Mark Seeley sent him back, and the return wasn't really a good one as well, giving Lashley enough time to scamper back. He was a long way down, but was able to regain his ground. A delivery which is bringing him forward, batting paths close together. Lashley, a really compact player. One who likes to get in and build an innings before he starts to accelerate. Delivery outside the yard stump. Punch straight to that man coming around to his right from backward point, and there yet again is no run. So it's been a good start to the over by Morris. 3 dot balls already. This time ball steered to the left of that man at backward point, and the batsman completing an easy single. 69 for 2. We're in the 10th over. Almost the halfway stage of this challengers innings. The captain Lashley won the toss and without hesitation decided to take first knock. So looking to set a good score here for his bowlers to defend. The delivery which is not taken cleanly by the keeper, but the man from slip is around rather quickly to do the tidying up. And there is no run. Morris looking to close out what so far has been a good over. Bowls delivery which is punched into the offside, was steered really into the offside. So the close out over number 10 at the halfway stage of the challengers innings. They won the toss, decided to bat. They're 69 for 2. Quickly I'll endeavor to mention a few of the sponsors. The Amass Sporting Services, planning your sporting events. Barbados National Oil Company Limited, oil and gas company transitioning to sustainable energy in Woodbourne, St. Philip. Premier World Cargo Inc. Don't base your cargo on good luck, base it on good logistics. Sandgate House in Fontebelle. Keep in Touch Inc. for your packaging and automotive needs. Let's keep in touch, dear. Webster Industrial Park and Kermit's Bar. Everyone knows Kermit Bar at the top of Thornbury Hill. Take a break and mention the other sponsors when we resume. It will be a bowling change from the northern end as O'Geese, the Raymond Virgin, will come into the attack, replacing Alan Young. 3 overs, no maidens, 1 for 28. Loud call of no ball by umpire Carrington. So yet again a bowler from the northern end going over that front crease, and umpire Carrington call and signaling no ball, and then directly behind it the signal of free hit. Score up to 70 for 2 as Lashley waits on his free hit, attempts one of those 20-24 shots. The lap doesn't make contact, and the ball through to the keeper wasn't taken cleanly, but there is no run. Lashley's driving down to long on. Well pitched up delivery there by O'Geese. Lashley equal to the task and driving it down to long on and getting another single. He's up to 4. 4 from 11 deliveries. Usually want to take his time and get in. Typical William Lashley inning. 71 for 2. The score as Seeley, the linchpin really of this challenger's batting lineup, comes back in the strike. He's on 27 from 32 deliveries and really batting well. Delivery punch back past the bowler, also past Mike Matthews, who was coming around to his left. Single to Seeley to pick up his 28th run. Lots of encouragement being offered here to O'Geese. Bows a delivery, a full delivery. Lashley attempting to hit it one to the offside, but his bottom hand took control of the shot, and inside portion of the bat found and back to the bowler, and there's no run. Down to the backward square region, a delivery over pitch and turned into the onside by Lashley. 74 for 2. Over number 11. Can O'Geese close out this over? Full delivery struck powerfully down the ground, back past the bowler, who made a valiant effort to stop it, but in the end, down to long off here, Leon Lane was in attendance, and to close out over number 11, the challengers winning the toss and electing to bat. They're 75 for 2. The sponsors quickly: Terry's Food Truck, MJA Car Services, and the Last Stop Bar and Eatery. As Lashley attempting a sweep, and this time called through quickly for a leg by Seeley. To start over number 12 is the captain Morris, continuing from the sovereign end. 2 overs before this, just conceding 2 runs. In fact, 1 run. So it's been a top stuff by the captain. Usually one very economical with his bowling. Delivery steered past that man at backward point. They've gone for 1. I don't think they will entertain the thought of a second run, as the return already on its way. Up to the keeper in A guard. 77. I make it now 77 for 2. We're in the 12th over of the innings. Lashley goes aerial, hits this one into the wide mid-wicket region where Ian Drakes is at home, and good return sent up by Drakes as well to the bowler's end, and the batsman complete one. So Lashley up to 8, and Seeley, who's got 29, comes back in the strike, 76 for 2. Waits on Morris. Delivery punch into the offside to that man at backward point, and an easy single taken. So good communication, good running has been a feature of the innings of the challengers thus far, as all of the batsmen, I must say, have run well together. As Lashley looking to change his bat. So while he does that, I will continue to mention and thank our sponsors. We've got the Black and White Whiskey, JD's Enterprises, Rotoplastics Barbados Limited, Ricky's Driving School, J Lance Creations, BJ's Auto Care, and Hebe's Beauty and Spa. While Lashley makes some running repairs to his gear, I'm sure that the DJ Lashley attempted to steer delivery down into that third man region. Doesn't make contact with the ball taken by the keeper. One legal delivery remains in over number 12. A delivery which is bringing Lashley forward and plays it back to the bowler and to close out over number 12. Remember, the challengers won the toss. Their captain Lashley won the toss. He decided to take first knock. They're 79 for 2. Ogies continues with a full delivery, which is bringing the batsman forward, and Captain Morris getting in the way, and there's no run. Yet again, replay basically of the previous delivery punch into the offside, and Morris coming quickly around to his right does the field, and yet again there's no run. This time, Sealy good enough to find the gap. Opening the face and steering this one to the left of Bates at backward point, and as is the one, completes 32. He's up to now 32 from 38 deliveries, and the score up to 81 for 2 over number 13 in progress. As Sealy waits on O'Geese, and Sealy's attempting a big heave for, and uncharacteristically, Sealy goes for a big hit. His innings comes to an end. He's going bowled by Raymond O'Geese. The leg stump disturbed, and wicket number 3 goes a begging 81 for 3. Sealy's innings comes to an end. Bowled by O'Geese for 32. The new batsman is Curtis Murray, replacing Mark Sealing, who's just dismissed by O'Geese being bowled. Murray punching a delivery, his first delivery into the offside, into that cover region where Ian Drix does the fielding, and there is no run. It's been a good over so far, served up here by O'Geese, and a stifle appeal coming from the bowler. And all is well that ends well. So the closeout over number 13, winning the toss and electing to bat. The challengers side, they're 81 for 3. Delivery by Lashley, steered down to that short third man region where Lane got in the way. Couldn't prevent the single though, as they score up to 82. To start over number 14. So it's a matter of acceleration now for this challengers side. And the captain with a lot of work to do. Captain Lashley, 9 from 19 deliveries. He's at the non-strikers end. As Murray just faced one ball before this, waits on Morris, and Murray's swinging into the onside. They've gone for one. Will they think about the second in? Drix is in quickly from off the forward square boundary, and the batsmen decide they've settled for one quite early in the piece. 83 for 3. Murray, he opens his account, and Lashley, the captain, comes back in the strike. He's got 9. Captain Morris has bowled reasonably well so far. In fact, really well. Exceptionally well. 3.2 overs, no maidens. 1 for 7. Bowls a delivery, beats Lashley, groping outside the off stump, goes through to be taken by the keeper. 83 for 3. Flighted delivery brings the batsman forward, turned into the onside and gets an easy single as McMatthews does the fielding. Brings back Murray into strike as the captain Lashley goes into double figures. He's got 10. We're in over number 14. 84 for 3, scoring at about 6.22 runs per over. Flighted delivery, and there was the batsman having an almighty heave-ho. Didn't really make contact. The ball retrieved by the keeper. Back to the bowler, and there's no run. So Murray's intentions are really quite clear. He's really going with the man, looking to step on the accelerator delivery. Driven into the offside, gone for 1. Will come back for the second quite easily. As Young, the fielder, has a lot of work to do coming around from cover to down to that backward point region. So to close out, over number 14, and at the end of it, the challengers, remember they won the toss. If you're now joining us on your stream or if you just got to the ground, they are 86 for 3. Captain Lashley is hitting this one down to long on. Pitched up delivery delivered by Raymond O'Geese, who, like his captain, has really bowled well. 2.1 overs, no win, is 1 for 9. So between himself and Captain Morris, so far they've bowled some 6 overs between them and just conceding 19 runs. So this has been some good stuff by these two. Bowls a delivery, which the batsman is attempting to hit over the onside field and didn't make contact and barely missing the top of the leg stump as well. 87 for 3. But Murray's intentions are quite clear, and he's really looking just to one side of the field as well. That's the leg side. He waits on O'Geese. Delivery struck powerfully back to the bowler. Some would argue it's a drop catch, but it is a drop catch, but a no ball call and signaled by umpire Carrington. And this time now, Murray, who doesn't really seem to need an invitation for a free hit, will get one. So let's hope he's good enough to capitalize on it as another sundry goes into the laptop. 88 for 3, some 20 extras already in this innings. Could be quite crucial. As Murray waiting on a free hit, hits it past Bates, who's made a valiant effort there, diving away to his right. They've gone for 1, completed 2. Will Lashley come back for the third one? Yes, he will. Ian Drake sends, in fact, Lashley decided quite late in the piece that he wouldn't come back for the third run. I thought the third run was really on there. Drake's not a real powerful throw of the ball, not a really strong arm, and I thought Lashley had the impetus to go back for that third run, but all is well that ends well. They settle on 2. 90 for 3. We're in over number 15. Good bit of work by the bowler and his follow through. Murray, the batsman, hitting this one powerfully, but O'Geese does well. Delivery outside the off stump. There's the batsman pulling away and attempting to cut it. Wouldn't make contact. He needs to get a little bit closer. And there is no run. 90 for 3. Murray, he's got 5 and 5 from 11 deliveries. And with him is his captain Lashley, who's got 11 from 21. Delivery off the inside portion of the bat down to that backward square leg region where Archer, Hayden Archer, gets in the way. And to close out, over number 15, and at the end of it, the challenger's side started positively, faltered a bit in the middle there, 91 for 3. Looks like Orion Bostic will come into the attack. Consistent performer at all levels of cricket that he would have played in Barbados and abroad. Semi-professional player, spent many a season in the UK. In fact, I've been told he also had a few seasons down under in Australia. He's on his way. Murray gets this one off the outer portion of the bat down to third man. They've settled quite early for one. Not a lot of urgency, same urgency that was shown earlier in the running by the earlier batsmen, Lashley and Murray. Not showing that urgency. The ball all down on the third man boundary. They've just gotten one. So 92 for 3. The captain, Lashley, comes in to strike. Looks around the field. Settles and waits. Delivery struck powerfully into the offside, but Captain Morris coming around rather quickly to his left at that widest extra cover region. And there is no run, not only wide but deepish as well. Short delivery, tug pass, a diving Mike Matthews. They've gone for one. Will they come back for the second? Yes, they will. They hustle. Good hustle this time between the wickets, between this pair, and completing two quite easily as a really good return as well coming in from the fielder down at long on. 94 for 3. 2 legal deliveries remain in the 16th over. Good straight hit by William Lashley. Orgis creating a good bounce for himself, coming around to his left rather quickly. So good cricket all around. Lashley hitting straight. Orgis with good fielding. One more to the score takes it up to 95. 95 for 3. Really needing to step on the accelerator now, the batsman for the challengers side. Been some good tight stuff being served up here by the veterans team. Lashley Lee calls his partner quickly through for 2 runs, and Murray, who lofted this one over the offside. Captain Morris has to do a lot of work running a back from that wideish extra cover region. So to close out the 16th over, and at the end of it, the challengers side, they would have lost the wickets of Toppin for 9, Mark Seeley for 32, and Jefferson Gibbons for 13, winning the toss and electing to bat their 97 for 3. Start of the 17th over. Pitched up delivery, which is driven into the onside by the captain Lashley. 15 from 25 deliveries, yet to strike a boundary. 98 for 2. Remember, this tournament in its 5th season. The Amass over 50s T20 tournament played here at the BNOC ground. We've got a game being played at the neighboring Foursquare ground today as well. So 3 games on today. The first one would have seen the Limers getting home over the Travelers. I'll get back to that after this delivery outside the yaw stump. The Limers being good enough to amass 191 for 4 in Amass. Yeah, no pun intended. 191 for 4 off their 20 overs. And in response, the Travelers, with a valiant attempt, they got up to 152 for 5, losing by some 39 runs. So got the proceedings on the way in the 5th year of this, the Amass over 50s T20 cricket tournament. Delivery outside the yaw stump. Will wait for the signal from the umpire in Carrington, who belatedly singles wide and inching closer to that 100 mark. Now they're 99 for 3, but they've used up all of 16.2 overs in which to get there. They've also been aided by some 21 extras made up of 3 leg byes, 14 wides, and 4 no balls. Brilliantly taken there by the man. It looks like Ian Drake's diving away to not his strong side either. He's predominantly left-handed, diving away, coming up with that one-handed grab coming to his right. And a good catch taken there by Ian Drake's. And the end of the batsman in Murray. Caught brilliantly by Ian Drake's there. So wicket number 4 goes down. They're 99 for 4. New batsman in David Innes is playing a delivery where Ogis in his follow through does well, and there's no run. 99 for 4. $99 for 5 as Innes gets a full delivery and hits all over it and loses his stumps in the process. So wicket number 5 goes down, bowled by Ogis, who's really bowled well. 99 for 5. Batsman is Carl Marshall. And he's beaten with a delivery outside the off stump taken by the keeper to close out the 17th over of the innings. O'Geese has completed what has been a brilliant spell. 4 overs, no maidens, 3 for 15. And the challengers, if you're now joining us, their captain William Lashley won the toss and decided to take first knock. After 17, they're 99 for 5. Over the long handle delivery off. Gets it down to third man. Leg by. Signal by the umpire. And one more to the score. 101 for 5. We're in over number 18. It's being bowled by Orion Bostic. Played his trade for the Malvern Club in St. George. Then he journeyed down to Beckles Road, where he had a stint at YMPC. And then he's gone over now. He's been a stalwart at the Banks Club. They have now been renamed the Wildy Club. So Bostic, a travel campaigner. 101 for 5 to score. The challengers winning the toss and decided to take first knock. Good decision too by the captain. The pitch, a good one. The outfield, well manicured. But the bowling has been good as well. Lashley, the captain, waits on Bostic, giving himself some room, hitting this one down to long on. And Lashley will really need to go into the gym next week. Not really clearing these boundaries here at all today. In fact, we are yet to get a maximum in this innings. 102 for 5. 17.3 overs have been completed thus far. 3 legal deliveries remain in the 18th over. Marshall waits on the wily Bostic, wrapped on the pass. And this time, the index finger of the umpire goes up. Wicket number 6 goes down. Marshall swinging across the line. And the index finger of the umpire goes up. And wicket number 6 goes down. 102 for 6. The new batsman is Sherwin Ellis. Waits on Bostic. Ellis is driving into the offside. Matthews does really well. Got around and got down. And there is no run. 102 for 6. One legal delivery remains in the 18th over of the innings. Beaten with a beauty of a delivery. That one got a bit of bounce outside the off stump. So to close out the 18th over of the innings, another good over delivered by Orion Bostic. 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 8. And at the end of 18 overs, the challengers, they're 102 for 6. Need attack 2 overs. No maidens, none for 18 before this. Comes back for his 3rd over. Being entrusted with the penultimate over of the innings as well. So it's a big move here by Captain Morris to go back to Hendricks here. Lashley gets a full delivery and hits it down to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. Deep forward square, some would say as well. Batsman have enough time to complete 2 full delivery. I thought Lashley could have done a bit better with that one. But he picks up a double and he's up to 19. 19 from 28 deliveries. 49 minutes of batting. Yet to strike a boundary. Drives into the offside for his 20th run and the 105th run of the innings. 105 for 6. We're in over number 19. Visions of getting this team up to somewhere in the region of 115, 120 from here. They're scoring at just 5.73 runs and over. Ellis sweeps behind square but finds that man in Ogies at that short backward square position, and there is no run. Down the track, and when he gets there, he's driving past Drix and down to the man at long off in Leon Lane, who does the fielding one more to the score. 106 for 6. Lashley with a lot to do. Comes back in the strike. Gets a flighted delivery, and Lashley is bowled. All ends up hitting across a flighted delivery. Wicket number 7 goes down. 106 for 7 now. The challenger's side slumping further into trouble. Former Barbados fast bowler. 106 for 7. Delivery outside the off stump. He's cutting the baits, and yet again, an easy single. So to close out the 19th over, a good one too, delivered by Ian Drakes. At the end of it, the challengers 11, they are 107 for 7. Stick being handed the responsibility of bowling the final over of the innings. One always up for a challenge in Orion Bostic. Beats Blackgrove with a delivery outside the off stump. Short of a length. Seaming away and taken by the keeper. So one dot ball to start the final over. Can Marlon Blackgrove find a couple boundaries here for his side? Slaps this one down to long on. They've gone for one. Will they come for the second run? Putting some pressure on the fielder down there. Good running by this pair. Picks up a well run, 2 runs. 109 for 7. Same sort of urgency was shown at the start of the innings between Seeley and Topping when he was joined by Gibbons and Lashley. But since then, the innings has gone into swift decline. Blackgrove hitting this one down to long off. Will they come back for the second run? Yes, they will. The return already on its way, but it wouldn't prevent the batsman from completing 2 runs. So well run again by these two. Takes the score up to 111. I said earlier they should be looking to get up to 115, and just say that because of the way they were scoring 5.74. There really was not a lot of acceleration in this innings at all. Blackgrove hitting this one down to long off. The fielder comes in. Will he come back for the second run? Yet again, putting him under pressure. Looks like Archer down there. The batsmen have enough time to scamper home. So this has been some good running by Ellis. Really a man who spends a lot of time running over Thornbury Hill and then turning in by Kermit's Bar, one of the sponsors. 113 for 7. Ellis doing some running repairs down at the non-strikers end. He's just up and ready to go now. 113 for 7. Blackgrove hitting this one down to the man coming off the wide mid-wicket region. Looks like the Captain Morris. The return on its way, but the batsmen again have enough time. In fact, not this time. Ellis has been given out, run out. So just 1 run conceded this time. A good throw. But the man there looks like the Captain Morris. So a good throw from Captain Morris, preventing that second run this time. And Ellis goes. A good effort by him, though, running really well, getting Blackgrove back on strike. So wicket number 7 goes down. And he will be replaced by Philip Kinch. Also a YMPC, former YMPC man. Also had a stint with the team up in Christchurch, I think. Inch Marlow, YMPC, the clubs that he would have really spent most of his career at. I think he had a season as well up at St. John Culture. 115 for 7. Marlon Blackgrove on strike with 2 legal deliveries remaining in the final over. I'll quickly run through the scorecard for you. Troy Toppin caught Pedro Agard off the ball of Alan Young for 9. Mark Seeley bowled Raymond O'Geese for 32. Jefferson Gibbons bowled by Morris for 13. William Lashley bowled Ian Drake for 20. Curtis Murray bowled O'Geese for 9. David Innes bowled O'Geese without scoring. Carl Marshall, LBW off the ball of Bostic, as a delivery is hit down to long on. They've gone for 1. Cage coming back for the second run. Not picked up cleanly this time by O'Geese. Scrambling down there long on, and the batsmen have enough time to complete 2 runs. So, to close out the innings, they will finish on 118. 118 for 8. Correction, 118 for 8. They will finish on 118 for 8. I'll quickly continue the scorecard for you. Sherwin Ellis, he was run out for 1. Marlon Blackgrove, he was left not out on 10, and Philip Kinch didn't face a ball. In fact, Blackgrove not out on 12. 118 for 8. There were some 22 extras made up of 4 leg byes, 14 wides, and 4 no balls. The bowling figures quickly for you. Ian Drake's 3 overs, no bailers, 1 for 23. Hayden Archer 3 overs, no bailers, none for 19. Alan Young 3 overs, no maidens, 1 for 28. Anthony Morris, the captain, 4 overs, no bailers, 1 for 10. Raymond Ogies 4 overs, no maidens 3 for 15 to pick up the bowlers. And Orion Bostic 3 overs, no maidens 1 for 19. So the challengers side, the innings that started well, promised a lot, but faltered in the middle. They've managed to get up to 118 for 8. And the veteran side, if they're to win their first game in the 2025 edition of the Amass over 50s T20 cricket tournament here at the BNC ground, when we resume after the break, they will need to get up to 119. So as we resume here at the BNOC ground, the veteran side in pursuit of a target of 119 after the challengers would have won the toss and they would have gotten up to 118 for 8 off their allocation of 20 overs, led mainly by Mark Seal, Lee's knock of 32, ably assisted by the captain and Lashley, who made 20. But apart from those two, not really a lot more to write home about. They were ably assisted by some 20 extras as well. The opening pair of Agard and Bates, who've been around the circuit for a long time. Agard would have played most, in fact, most of his cricket for the Maple side. He would also had a stint at Central, and he's now moved up to the BNOC side. They would have just lost the second division final, but they would have done well to reach the final. They would have just lost the second division final to a more youthful Carlton side. Bates, he's played all of his cricket for BT. Before this, they would have been called Cable and Wireless, also renamed Lime. Then they would have had to move from their ground at the Wildy area. They would have come up to St. Philip, renamed themselves Gladiola. And now most of those players have found a home here at BNOC. So, the assignment for both teams is clear. Veterans need to get up to 119. The challengers need to restrict them or bowl them out. Umpire Carrington signals that he's ready. The scorer, Lady Denisha, acknowledges, and we are ready for a resumption here at the BNOC ground in game number 2 of this year's 2025 edition of the Amass Masters T20 Cricket Tournament. Carl Marshall, the bowler in operation. He would have played most of his cricket for the police side. Renowned as a really stingy bowler, doesn't really give a lot away. Fierce competitor. Bowling to the usually very aggressive and belligerent Ron Bates, who, as he's gotten up in age, has slowed down a bit. Scored runs all through in his career at all levels of cricket in Barbados. Some would argue unlucky not to have been given a look in a Barbados side. There's stifle appeal coming from the bowler and the keeper. Umpire Carrington indicating that that one was clearly would have missed the leg stump, and all is well that ends well. But Marshall has started well, 4 dot deliveries in over number 1, bowled to Ron Bates. That is not really usually a regular occurrence. This one into the air. The fielder coming in. And if anyone on the team fielding could have gotten there, would have to be Marlon Blagrove, one of the younger over 50s in his side, and he couldn't get there. So Bates opens his account 2 without loss. But a delivery, Bates was attempting to loft it over the mid-wicket region. The edge, top edge found, and Blagrove coming in rather quickly, couldn't get there to take the catch. As a delivery does well, the bowler Marshall in his follow-through to close out over number 1 in pursuit of a target of 119. The veteran side, the team led by Anthony Morris, the chief cook and bottle washer of this Amass Masters T20 competition, they're 2 without loss. competition for 2025 tournament in its fifth year anniversary, and in 5 years we've only had 2 winners. 2020 the veterans, 2022 the lamers, 2023 the lamers, and in 2024 the veterans. So the veterans, the defending champions in this one, as Marlon Blagrove, the former Barbados fast bowler, opens the attack. There's the fielder in catch, backtracking. A pull shot attempted by Agar. The edge phone, and a more agile man, some would argue, would have gotten a little bit closer to that catch. But Agar survives. He opens his account. He's on 1 and he scored 3 without loss. Short delivery by Blagrove, beating Agar for a bit of pace. The edge phone, the top edge phone, but Kinch not good enough to get back and take that catch. So Chance going to begging, 3 without loss. We're in over number 2. Blagrove looking to bring some firepower to this challengers bowling lineup. Bowls a short delivery. Bates equal to the task. Bates looks very compact this innings. Don't know if he spent a lot of time with the batting coach in the nets, but Bates not his usual belligerent self. 7 deliveries he's faced for his 2 runs. 3 without loss. Remember, the target is 119. Another short delivery served up here by Blagrove and hitting Bates on the chest, in the chest area. 3 without loss, the score will remain. But Blagrove really working up a bit of steam here from the southern end of the ground. His method of operation has been that 3/4 length short into the wicket and causing some problems for the 2 batters. Another short delivery gets some more flesh in Blagrove. Bates kicks it away. So a 3 without loss has been a good start here by Blagrove. He has a man at short fine leg. There's a man at forward mid wicket. There's a man on the square leg boundary. There's a man at long on for Bates. There's also a slip in Philip Kinch, a backward point. In a point to the right of the umpire, a man in that wide extra cover and a mid off. And that goes over the man at that extra cover region, and Bates will get what should be his first boundary. Takes the score up to 7. An over pitch delivery this time by Blagrove, and Bates equal to the task, coming on the front foot and lofting it over the offside, so pick up his first boundary and the first of the inning. 7 without loss. The veterans in pursuit of a target of 119. Blagrove missing his script there. First couple deliveries into the pitch, then concede a run, then over pitching, and Bates equal to the task. As delivery, which is played to the point region to close out the second over. 7 without loss. Start of the third over. Marshall continuing from the northern end. Delivery which is forcing Agard onto the back foot, plays it into the offside, and there is no run. 1, 2, 3 men in a ring on the offside, saving 1. Point cover and an extra cover. Delivery outside the yard stump hit to that man in the cover region, and there is no run. Some tight stuff being served up here by Carl Marshall, using all of his guiling and his experience. Can he prize out a wicket or two here for the challenger side? Short delivery hit into the onside. They've gone for one, and that's all they will be. Aguirre not at all interested in the second run. He's up to two, and Bates, who's got six, comes back in the strike. They score eight without loss. Appeal, a delivery angle into the pads, and Bates attempting to pull it into the onside. Ball comes off the pads. Appeal coming from Marshall, the bowler, and umpire Carrington says not out. And this time, the index finger of umpire Carrington is raised to signal the dismissal of Ron Bates, hitting across the line and a judge to have been struck in front. So Carl Marshall, in his second over, strikes rather early for the challengers side. The veterans team in pursuit of a target of 119. They're 8 for 1. Really do rather well. And this year, looking to start well, looking to improve on their performances from last season. And they're really putting up a fight here so far against the defending champions, the veterans. Quickly continue to mention some more of our sponsors. JD's Enterprises, Roda Plastics, Ricky's Driving School, Jalan's Creations, BJ's Auto Care, and Hebe's Beauty and Spa, Amass Sport and Services, the Barbados National Oil Company Limited, Premier World Cargo Inc., Keep in Touch Inc., Kermit's Bar, Top of Thornbury Hill, and Terry's Food Truck as a delivery, which is bringing the left-handed Warren forward to close out the third over. It's been a good one, too, delivered by Karen Marshall at the end of it in pursuit of a target of 119. The veterans, they're 8 for 1. And this time, the outside edge found and A really late reaction by the man that slipped, going to his right rather quickly, and a boundary to Pedro Aguiar, the outside edge phone. So Blackgrove created some chances, but Aguiar with that boundary, he's up to 6 and the score up to 12 for 1. So Kench now being asked to go a bit wider at that first step position. Good delivery by Blackgrove. Aguiar forward and across his stumps. Plays defensively, and there is no run. Remember, the target is 118. They've got all of 20 overs in which to get there. The veteran side, 12 for 1. They've already lost the wicket, that of Ron Bates. LBW to Carl Marshall for 6 in the third over of the innings. A delivery which is driven to the man at that whitish mid-off position. And well fielded by that man too. It looks like Murray, and there is no run. As Aguiar waits on Blackgrove, he's attempting to pull a delivery from outside the line of the off stump. Luckily for him, he didn't make contact as that ball went through to be taken by the keeper, and there is no run. 12 for 1. Aguiar, who was the mainstay of the National Oil Companies, being knocked batting in that final that they would have lost to Carlton. Batted well in both innings, but not well enough to get them over the line. Aguiar getting a short delivery, and again attempting to pull it. Ball coming off his boundary. The ball in his follow through does the tidying up, and yet again Blackgrove. There is no run. Off the inside portion of the bat, down to the man coming off the backward square boundary in Ellis, who sends a good return too up to the keeper. So to close out over number 4, and at the end of it, in pursuit of a target of 119 for victory, the veterans, the defending champions, they are 13 for 1. Marshall to start what should be his third over. A delivery which is driven to the man 3/4 of the way at the mid-off. In fact, some would argue the long-off boundary, and there's no run. Really deep mid-offset there, and the batsman not good enough to get a single. A delivery which is beating Aguiar outside the yard stump. Goes through to be stopped by the keeper, and there is no run. Some good stuff being on offer here by Carl Marshall. 2 overs, 2.2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 3. So he's been his usually economical and stingy self, not giving a lot away. Aguiar gets a short delivery, hitting it to this man Jordan. Be interesting when he comes into the attack. Usually creates a lot of trouble for the batsmen, and yet again there is no run. Is the Jordan, one of the leading bowlers in last year's competition. Delivery which is bringing the batsman forward. Marshall really not giving a lot away. Mean line and length. asking questions about the batsman's technique and air yards thus far equal to the task. As Carl Marshall bowls a delivery air yard, attempting another pull shot. I think so far this innings he would have played about 7 of them. So far he's not really capitalized on any of them, and the score remain on 13 for 1 as yet again there is no run. 5 deliveries already bowling this over. See wicketkeeper Gibbons from behind the stumps doing a bit of gardening. Carl Marshall comes down to have a chat. 2 very fiercely competitive characters in Marshall and Agar. I can assure you that neither of them will back down or give an inch away. 2 very competitive campaigners and 2 very strong personalities as well. 13 for 1. Which one will come out on top in this encounter? A delivery which is bringing the batsman forward, bat and pad close together at the end of a maiden over, with a bit more aggro coming from Carl Marshall to close it out. A maiden delivered as well. Over number 5, done and dusted. The veterans 13 for 1. So Captain William Lashley has decided he's going to go with Marlon Blagrove, the former Barbados fast bowler, to bowl the final over of the batting power play. 13 for 1. Blagrove 2 overs, none for 10. Caused quite a few concerns to the batsman so far with his pace and bounce. Was a short delivery. The catch this time dropped again by Kinch. I'll wait for the signal from the umpire. Yes, indeed, another chance going to begging Kinch at slip. But you shouldn't really blame Kinch. More known for his fast bowling than his catching. 14 for 1. So Blagrove yet again the unlucky bowler. And now Mark Seeley, who's a renowned top slipper in Barbados, he's at point. William Lashley, also a good catcher, he's at cover point. Carl Marshall, he's at mid-wicket, as Blagrove is bringing air guard forward. Probing line and length here being delivered. Some top stuff being put together here by the opening pair for the challengers. Blagrove and Carl Marshall really asking a lot of questions on the techniques of the batters so far. 14 for 1. Remember the target, 119. The challengers got up to 118 for 8 in their allocation of 20 overs. Airguard waits on Blagrove from the southern end in the over pitch. And Airguard hits him over the fence at long on. Over pitch delivery. Blagrove missing his life, and Airguard good enough to get it underneath it and lofting it high hard over long on. So the first maximum of the innings as the score quickly now up to 20. The first maximum of the match as well. 20 for 1, the score in pursuit of a target of 118. Short delivery and Ennis reacting a bit late there at that short fine leg. So some would argue that that's another chance going to beg it off Blackgrove. He's been really unlucky here in this spell so far, really creating the chances, not really being supported by his fielder so far. Another double to Agard, 22 for 1. Blackgrove, 2 chances created so far in this over. He also went for the first maximum of the game. So he will feel that the cricketing gods are really against him. He's bowled well, but with little reward. In fact, no reward. Gibbons from behind the stumps giving him some encouragement. And this delivery brings Agard forward into the offside where Jordan does the fielding, and there's no run. The final delivery, as long as it's a legal one in the batting power play, 22 for 1 the veterans are. It'll be interesting to see where the challenges were after the first batting power play. Delivery driven past Jordan. Agard calls for a quick single. So I can tell you that they will finish on 23 for 1. I can also tell you that the challengers, after 6 overs, they were 30 for 1 as well. So some would argue that the challengers winning the battle of the power play so far. 23 for 1 in pursuit of a target of 119. Should be his final over. Bowls a delivery which is bringing Agard forward. And there is no run. The battle between these two continues. The, the battle of not only cricketing talent, but the war of words. I can assure you, none of them will be backing down here. Neither of them will be backing down. Let's see who will win this one. As delivery which is driven down to long on to the mark coming around. A lot of work to do by Ellis. And it's too much work for him to do. It's really, really wide there at that long on region. And a ball beating him to his left. A lovely stroke there by Agard. A boundary off Carl Marshall. So Agard with a moral victory there. He's up to 20 and he scored up to 27 for 1. As a delivery which is driven into the offside, Captain Lashley does well in preventing a run there. Coming around to his right quickly and doing a good bit of fielding. 27 for 1. Marshall to Agard. Delivery down the leg side. Wayward delivery. Evades the keeper and goes down into the fine leg boundary. Wide call by the umpire as well to add insult to injury. So 5 wides goes into the score laptop. And it seems that Agard will come out on top of this battle, making Carl Marshall lose his radar. 32 for 1. So Marshall, after some previously impeccable stuff, 3.3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 12. Still rather economical on his way into Agard. Boza delivered outside the yard stump. Call wide by umpire Carrington. So now trying a bit too hard with this battle between himself and Agard, and Agard seemingly coming out on top. 33 for 1. 6.3 overs have been completed. Marshall on his way into egg yard. Egg yard is forward. Long forward, bottom part close together, and there's no run. Full delivery hit into the onside past the man at mid-wicket. The man from the leg side boundary, and Blackgrove comes in and does the field, and the batsmen have completed one. 34 for one, with one legal delivery remaining in over number 7, and the final delivery of Carl Marshall's spell, entrusted to bowl his 4 overs at the top of the innings. And he's done a reasonably good job for the captain, picking up an early wicket and bowling relatively tight. But then in this heat of the argument with Aguiar, he's delivered some loose deliveries, some would argue. 34 for one. Warren comes in to strike, and he's playing a delivery into the offside in that point region. So the end of Carl Marshall's spell, the end of over number 7 as well. At the end of it, Marshall 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 14. He's picked up the wicket of Ron Bates. LBW, the veteran side, in pursuit of a target of 119. They're 34 for 1. Albert Rock coming onto the field to replace Carl Marshall, who would have completed his allocation of 4 overs and immediately left the field. Scoring at about 4.86 runs per over, the current run rate. The required run rate 6.54. They require further 85 runs. The veteran side, the defending champions. Remember, this is the second game of a doubleheader played here at the BNOC ground in Woodbourne, St. Philip. The first game saw the Lemurs getting home by some 39 runs. A delivery hit down to long on, and the fielder down there does good work in Ellis. And the field will change for the left-handed Warren. Lashley making some adjustments. Kinch being asked to come a bit finer at that backward square, short fine leg position. Trying to get him to save 2 fields, really. Captain and Lashley. Delivery, which is bringing Warren, who's won from 4 deliveries. 35 for 1. Delivery steered into the offside, and belatedly Aguiar agrees to come through for the single. Warren was interested in from the start, and in the end, Aguiar a bit hesitant, but in the end, coming through for a single. 36 for 1. Aguiar, he's got 22, and batting reasonably well for his side. 22 from 27 deliveries, already struck 2 fours and a 6. Flighted delivery delivered by Lashley, the captain of this challenger side, and a delivery driven down to long off, where Murray gets in the way and one more to the score. So, score coming from the four square oval. The Piranhas would have gotten up to 91 off their 20 overs. And in response, the Legends, they are 41 without loss. After some 3 or 4 overs, a delivery here at BNOC, which is not taken by the keeper and runs into the third man boundary. He'll wait for the signal. Buys signal by the umpire. Buys signal by the umpire. So 4 more to the score. Should take it up to 40-40 for one now. Warren, he's on 2, and Agard at the non-strikers, and he's got 22. So some adjustments being made in the field now by Captain Lashley. There's a short third man in the fielder. Rock. Ellis asking him to stay fine. There's a man at backward point. There's a man at cover point now. Gibbons asking him to come wider. Lashley. Bowls a delivery, which is wrapping the batsman on the pads. The slow appeal, and not out says umpire Collymore, and he also signals and calls over. So at the end of over number 8, in pursuit of a target of 119, the veterans with Agard on 22 and Warren on 2, they're 40 for 1. Will pick up the attack from the northern end of the ground. Amass Sport and Services, the Barbados National Oil Company, Premier World Cargo Inc., Keep in Touch Inc. Some of the sponsors here on board with us here in year 5 of the Amass Masters T20 cricket tournament here at the BNOC ground. Terry's Food Truck, MJA Car Services, The Last Stop Bar and Eatery, Black and White Whiskey, a product of Hansel Innes, JD's Enterprises, Roto Plastics, Barbados Limited, Ricky's Driving School as Kinch. Flighted delivery, Agard is back and punched it into the offside, fielded there by Captain Lashley, and there is no run. Also, here at the Be Not Ground, if you're feeling a bit under the weather, there's a spa inside. You can get your 15-minute massage from Hebe's Beauty and Spa. They're on the inside. Just come in. Go to the beautiful ladies inside. You can get your massage. Full massage, neck, back, shoulders. And also remember, after today's game, after this, the second game, they will have some karaoke on tonight as well. So far, you would have seen the Limers getting home over the Travelers by some 39 runs. And over at Foursquare, the Piranhas, they only got up to 91. And the Legends were going great guns. After 4 overs, they were 41 without loss. So some would argue that the Legends large and in charge, but cricket a game of glorious uncertainty and uncertain glory. As the left-handed Warren comes back in the strike, the score 41 for 1. Waits on Kinch. They're asking the man in at that cover region to come in Black Grove to the left of the umpire. Umpire Collymore standing at point on this occasion. And a delivery which is bringing Warren forward. There is no run. We're two legal deliveries remaining in over number 9. The target is 119. A delivery hit high into the air. There's a fielder at home, but he has a lot of work to do. He wouldn't get there today. A delivery swung backward of square. The fielder had a lot of work to do coming around from forward of square, and a boundary to Winston Warren. He's up to I make him 7 or 6. He's up to 7, and the score up to 45. 45 for 1. One legal delivery remains in over number 9. Current run rate now just about 5 runs per over. The required run rate 6.63. So they're within touching distance. The defending champions, the veterans, a team managed by Fire Edgel. A delivery swung backward of square again, and more work for the fielder coming forward of square, but that work is just to retrieve as another boundary struck by Warren. He's quickly up to 11, and at the end of over number 9, in pursuit of a target of 119, the veterans, they're 49 for 1. So it will be Captain Lashley to continue the bowling from the southern end of the ground to start over number 10. Agard is hitting this one down too long off, where Murray gets in the way, and there is only one run as he return already back with the Captain Lashley. The 50 coming up as well. 50 off, 57 deliveries, 41 minutes of batting, some 3 fours and 1 6. In fact, correction, 5 fours and 1 6. So 26 of the 50 runs in boundaries. And this one, the batsman having an almighty heave for the off spin of Lashley, delivery pitching on the off stump and spinning away, and there was the batsman hitting across the line and against the spin. Not a shot well advised to play. 50 for 1. Flighty delivery brings Warren forward. There is no run as Seeley marks it in rather quickly. Former top squash player in Barbados, opening batsman for the Wanderers side, and also had a game or two for the national side. Delivery angled down the leg side, and Warren attempting to hit it behind square. Doesn't make contact. The ball is back with the bowler. Warren played his trade for the Windward Club for a lot of years. Had a few seasons in the BCL with Lodge Road. Not very productive seasons, I might add. Delivery hit high into the air. The fielder comes around. Chance here. And another catch going to begging. Chance going to begging again. The fielder coming around from long off. I'm trying to get an idea who that fielder is down there. Coming around, the ball was in the air for a long time. He came around, he got close to it, but in the end, it dropped just in front of him. Warren with another life. He's up to 12, and he's scored up to 51. 51 for 1. Remember, the target is 119. They've got all of 20 overs in which to get there. We are almost at the halfway stage as Lashley flighted delivery to Agard, who's good enough to drive it down to the field at that wide long off region, and there's one more run. Takes his score up to 52. 52 for 1. So at the halfway stage, currently scoring at some 5.2 runs per over. The required run rate 6.70. The veteran side in pursuit of a target of 119 after 10 overs as the refreshment cars make their way out into the middle. They are 52 for 1. So after the refreshment break, it will be Kinch to pick up the attack from the northern end. Just one over before this for 9 runs. Flighted delivery, which is being steered to the left of that man at backward point in Sealy, who has to backtrack, and the batsmen have enough time to complete 1 run. Agard is up to 25. 25 from 34 deliveries. He struck 2 fours and a 6 already. He's batted for some 47 minutes as well. 53 for 1. The target, 119. As Agard has opted at the non-striker's end to send his helmet off. As the left-handed Warren comes back in the strike. He's been a useful foil for Agard. He's 12 from 14 deliveries, playing his part in this partnership so far, worth some 45 runs. Some adjustments being made in the field. Captain Lashley, now after Warren would have played those 2 sweep shots backward of square, is reinforcing the leg side field. He himself has gone to that square leg position and has kept Innes at that forward square position on the boundary as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fielders on the leg side. 2 saving a single and 3 on the boundary. A delivery which is being punched into the offside where Ainsley Jordan, the diminutive Ainsley Jordan, does the fielding, still not yet being introduced into the attack. The trump card for this challenger side. Be interesting to see when his captain does go to him. Delivery outside the yard, stump punch again to Jordan, who does well. Again, got to make sure he's okay, though. I thought he would have gotten a bad bounce there, but he seems to have done well. Seems to be okay. All is well that ends well. Very fleet-footed as well. You don't want to use the word young and in an over 50s competition. Jordan, 53 for 1. Warren is getting a delivery into his pads and tucking him up, and yet again doesn't score. 2 legal deliveries remain in the 11th over. As Kinch, much better over so far delivered by him. This one is into the air. Rock is under it. Rock settles and takes the catch. So Philip Kinch in his second over strikes, and Gilbert Rock on as a substitute for Carol Marshall comes around at long on and takes an easy catch, a comfortable catch. So wicket number 2 goes down. Winston Warren caught on the long on boundary off the bowling of Philip Kinch, caught by Rock. So wicket number 2 goes down. The veterans 53 for 2. It's Leon Lane. Would have spent most of his cricketing career at YMPC before he would have moved up to Banks, and then he would have gone on to the Wharton side. 53 for 2. They require a further 66 runs for victory. We're in over number 11. One legal delivery remains in over number 11. Pedro Agard, he's not out on 25, but he's at the non-striker's end as Lane has taken his guard from umpire Carrington, looks around the field, and prepares to face up to Philip Kinch. There's a delivery short and tucking the batsman Lane up to close out over number 11. And at the end of it, in pursuit of a target of 119 for victory, the veterans, the defending champions, they're 53 for 2. So Captain Lashley will continue flighted delivery to Agard, which is driven down to the man Murray. At long off, he's done some brilliant work in the outfield for his side, restricts the batsman to 1 as Lane prepares to take strike, prepares to face Lashley for the first time in this encounter. 54 for 2. 65 more runs required. The current run rate 4.84. The required run rate 7.36. And starting to slip away. As Lashley, delivery off the outer portion of the bat past the man at point. They've gone for 1. They will come back for the second run. They should run fairly close to the boundary. They will complete 2 runs as the fleet-footed Marlon Blagrove is after it and then sends a good return too up to the keeper. Really strong return there by Marlon Blagrove. The batsmen have enough time to complete 2 runs, and Lane, he opens his account. He's up to 2 and he's up to 56 for 2. Lashley in this spell giving the ball much more air than he usually does. Flighted delivery again, and there's the batsman Lane driving at it outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. Ball goal should be taken by wicketkeeper Jefferson Gibbons, who's standing up to the stumps. 56 for 2. 3 deliveries remain in over number 12, the 12 of the innings. Captain Lashley now asking Blagrove to go all the way down onto the sweeper boundary and asks Mark Seeley to go a bit more backward at point. The delivery flighted, brings Lane forward, back to the bowler, and there's no run. Not a lot of chirping by the challenger's side, but there's really still in this one. Some 63 runs required still, and they're really clawing their way back into this one. Delivery outside the yard stump, punch, but straight to Seeley. And there is no run. Lane 2 from 5 deliveries. Agard 26 from 35. The batsman dismissed Ron Bates for 6 and Winston Warren for 12. Flighted delivery. Lane digs it out and drives it down to long on. Gets another single. So to close out 12th over of the innings at the end of it with Leon Lane on 3, Pedro Agard on 26. The target is 119. They require a further 62 runs for victory. They are 57 for 2. will continue. He's already picked up a wicket. First over cost 9 runs. The second one just conceding 1. 2 overs for 10. Picked up a wicket as well. Starts his third over. Bowls a delivery to Lane. Lane is sweeping. But this man quickly in at backward square leg. Troy Topping, the man at square leg. Man from St. Lucie, North Stars player. Played his trade for North Stars. Think he's also a product of the Courage and Parish School. A delivery which is bringing Lane forward. Lane looking for a non-existent single. Yard propping at the non-strikers. They're not at all interested in that single. 57 for 2 as murmurs begin to go up in the veterans camp. The run rate also going up. The required run rate now all up to 8.09. Lane beaten with a delivery outside the yard stump, taken by the keeper. Some good stuff here, bowled by Philip Kinch, being delivered here by Philip Kinch. Used to be a useful medium fast bowler. Now bowling a bit of off spin as the want of most fast bowlers coming down to the end of their careers. He's bowling reasonably well here for his side. Short delivery outside the yard stump. Lane is getting a short delivery and one bounce into the wide long on region. So after giving him some credit for bowling some tight stuff, he comes up with a long hop. And Lane good enough to get on the back foot and pull it into the vacant area. Boundary to Lane, and he scored up to 61 for 2. Kinch looking to make amends. Flighty delivery, Lane down the track, and when he gets there, deceived in the flight. Keeps out a good delivery, so a good comeback by Philip Kinch. 61 for 2. They require 55 runs. One legal delivery remains in the 13th over. Getting a lot tighter here at the BNOC ground. A delivery which is punched into the offside. So a good finish to the over. At the end of it, over number 13, remember, you don't have to be a player to come inside to get a massage from He Bees Beauty and Spa on the inside. BJ's Auto Care, you can just make your way on the inside. You can get your own massage. J. Lance Creations, Ricky's Driving School, Rhoda Barbless Limited. You also karaoke tonight. As the veterans in pursuit of a target of 119, you're 61 for 2. So Lashley, the captain, will continue to Agar. Flighty delivery driven past that man. In at that extra cover region over him and down to Marlon Blackroff, who has a brilliant arm. And the batsman wouldn't entertain the thought of taking Blackrover on. 62 for 2. Blackrover, former military man, still remains rather fit. Delivery finding the gap, vacant real estate in the outside. There was Lane down the track, and when he got there, opening the back face, lofting it over those fielders at point and into the boundary. A much needed boundary too. A welcome boundary. 66 for 2. Lane up to 11. 11 from 13 deliveries. 66 for 2. The required run rate 7.95. The current run rate 4.95. So the fielding team still managing to maintain that pressure. Now would be a good time to mention Black and White Whiskey, the Last Stop Bar and Eatery, MJ Air Car Services, Terry's Food Truck and Kermit's Bar, Keep in Touch Inc. and Premier World Cargo Inc., the Barbados National Oil Company and Amass Sporting Services. The sponsors, without the sponsors, this wouldn't be possible. Got to keep giving the sponsors their mileage. 66 for 2. Remember karaoke on here at the BNOC ground after the game tonight. Down the tracker when he gets there. Hits this one into the air. Black Rovers coming in rather quickly. They will settle on one because everyone knows about Black Rover's arm. And then After the batsmen have decided to settle for one, Blackworth throws the ball away and the batsman complete 2 runs. 68 for 2. With that double, Lane goes up to 13. Agard, he's at 27 from 36 deliveries, but he's at the non-striker's end. And Lashley, the captain, doesn't seem to be a very happy campaigner. 51 required. Earlier today, the Limers team would have gotten off to a winning start, defeating the Travelers team by some 39 runs. The Limers getting up to 191 for 4 off their 20 overs. Top scorer coming from Adrian Braffett of 81. And the Travelers got up to 152. So some would argue it was a high-scoring encounter. A delivery which is bringing the batsman for 8 yard. Interested in a quick single. News flash. So one more to the score. 69. I make it now 69 for 2. Pedro Aguiar coming through for that quick single there. He's on 27. Comes back with the strike. Lane, 14 at the non-strikers end. Partnership now worth some 16 runs. They require 50 if they're to get over the line here. As Aguiar waits on Lashley. Aguiar turning the delivery. A lot of vacant real estate into the onside. And they've gotten one. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 fielders in the offside. 5. I make it 3 in a ring. And Blackgrove on the sweeper. And a lot of vacant real estate on the onside. The closest man at home on the onside is Gilbert Rock at fine leg. Short fine leg. 70 for 2. Delivery, which is bringing Lane forward. And at the end of over number 14, I can tell you, in pursuit of a target of 119 for victory, the defending champions, the veterans. I can also tell you that William Lashley has completed his spell, 4 overs, no bidders, none for 18. Another tight spell by the captain, leading by example. They require 49 runs from 36 deliveries. As Kinch bows a flighty delivery, which is turned behind square. The fielder in Troy Toppin in rather quickly. He usually does most things quickly, Troy. If you saw him back today, you would understand what I mean. He was in and out rather quickly. 70 for 2. Aguiar waits on Kinch. Kinch has bowled a lovely spell here. And there is Aguiar down the track. And when he gets there, hitting across the line, Aguiar goes bowled by Philip Kinch. Another wicket, an important strike delivered here by Philip Kinch. And the veterans, 70 for 3. 2 overs, 2 for 14. And Alan Young prepares to face what should be his first delivery. He's attempting to hit a delivery through the offside. He's backing away, giving himself some room. And luckily for me, didn't make contact as that one should be taken by the keeper. Required rate 8.91. The current rate 4.83. 49 required. Down the tracker when he gets there, beaten with another beauty of a delivery. This is being some top stuff delivered here by Philip Kinch. 3.4 overs, no maidens, 2 for 14. And really doing the business here for his captain and his side. Remember, the challengers side, they didn't really do very well last season. They're looking to start this season, the 2025 version, on the right foot. And they went into the draft and they bought some big players. A delivery which is beating Young, who's pulling away again. So Young now gone some 3 deliveries without scoring. As Kinch looking to finish what has been a really good over so far for his side. On his way into ball to Alan Young. Young is forward. Bat and pad close together. And at the end of it, in fact, I think it's a maiden delivered here as well. Bowled by Young. 4 overs, 1 maiden, a big maiden here. 2 for 14. You should put your hands together for Philip Kinch. A top spell, and the veterans in pursuit of a target of 119. They still require 49. Remember, they would have required 49 from 36. They still require 49 from 30. This is the game number 2 of a doubleheader in the first day's play in the 2025 Amass Masters T20 competition. Earlier today, the Limers would have gotten over the line by 39 runs. The Piranhas and the Legends are battling out at the 4 square oval. I'll get an update on that game for you shortly. I can tell you that the first prize is $2,000. The second prize, $1,500. And the third prize, 500 Barbados. As Murray, the left-hand spinner, comes into the attack. This one is hit down to long on. The fielder settles and drops the catch. There was Troy Toppin coming in, and yet again, another catch going to Beggin. I can count about 5 chances going to Beggin in this game so far, but there was Troy Toppin with a lot of time to get onto that one, and in the end, another chance going to Beggin. A boundary is all that matters. So 45 now required. He scored up to 74 for 3, and Lane given a chance. He's up to 18. Down the tracker when he gets in, Lane into this one. Down the ground again. Troy is coming around again. Troy with another chance, and Troy drops it again. In fact, a maximum signal now by the umpire. So another chance going to Beggin. So that's 2 in 2, and 2 deliveries costing some 10 runs. So quickly now, the score up to 80 for 3. In pursuit of a target of 119, they require 39. 10 runs from 2 deliveries, and both of them 2 chances as well. One went for maximum, the next one went for a boundary. William Lashley, the captain, now asks Troy Toppin to go from long on. He's asked him to go on the sweeper boundary, and he's gone down there himself. But the introduction of Murray has seen an upsurge in his scoring rate. The current rate now up to 5.22. The required rate 8.36. They require 39 runs. The veterans, the defending champions, Lane waits on Murray, who's bowling the delivery, and the batsmen are coming back for the second run. This is good running here, good urgency being shown. So 3 deliveries, 12 runs. So this has been a really expensive over. He's created some chances, but it's been expensive 3 overs, 3 deliveries. He's conceding some 12 runs. The score quickly up to 82 for 3. The current run rate now up to 5.29. The required run rate 8.22. 37 runs required. As Murray, flighty delivery. Lane is punching this one to the offside. They should run fairly close to the boundary. This is another poor delivery being served up here by Murray. Another boundary to Leon Lane. He's up to 30 rather quickly. 30 from 20 deliveries. And they score up to 86 for 3. This over so far has conceded some 16 runs. No sign of Jordan into the attackers yet. Some would question the tactics being delivered here by the captain of this challenger's side. 86 for 3. Jordan, you pick up the bowlers, one of the top bowlers in last year's edition of the tournament, as Murray on his way into bowl, a flighty delivery which is driven through the outside. They've gone for one. Topping is on the way. They're coming for the second run. The return is on his way. The batsmen have enough time to complete 2 runs. And this over continues to be a very expensive over. 18 runs already from 5 deliveries. 31 still required. 31 required from 25 deliveries. As Murray looking to finish what has been a really expensive over delivery, which is driven down to long off and goes through Blackgrove this time. So a maximum, a boundary to close out a very expensive over in which cost some 22 runs to bring the veterans back into this one. They're 92 for 3, requiring 27 from 24 deliveries. So, a final throw of the dice here, maybe by the captain of the challenger's side. He's gone to his premier fast bowler to bowl over number 17. They require some 27 runs from 24 deliveries. Can Marlon Blackgrove stem the flow of runs? We just had a really expensive over delivered by Curtis Murray. 1 over for 22 runs. And what I can tell you is that in that 1 over from Murray, he would have given away more runs in his 1 over than all of the other bowlers in their overs. 1 for 22. As Blackgrove looking to drag his team back into this one. Alan Young pulling away as this is one, attempting to hit a delivery through the offside. 92 for 4. Caught by wicketkeeper Gibbons. $92 for 4 as the very dependable and reliable Orion Bostic makes his way out into the middle. But Blackgrove will be looking to drag his team back into this one as Alan Young 0 from 5 deliveries. Caught at the wicket of the bowling of Marlon Blackgrove. So Captain Lashley will be hoping that Blackgrove can strike maybe once more in this over and really drag his team back into this contest. It'll be interesting to see the bowling options that remain. Blackgrove in his final over. Carl Marshall completed his allocation. Lashley, the captain, already completed his allocation. Philip Kinch completed his allocation of 4 overs. Murray, we don't think we will see him anymore for this game. Some will even argue for the remainder of the tournament. 1 for 22 with the ball, at least. They've got Ainsley Jordan. They look around the field. I see Troy Toppin. I see, well, the 12th man can't bowl, so Gilbert Rock. Wouldn't get looking Sherwin Ellis, one who's known to bring his arm over as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Blackgrove can pick up another wicket here or two to see if what options are available to Captain William Lashley. As Orion Bostic with 27 runs required settles in some fading light here as my producer Philip Hackett looks around. Delivery, Bostic gets a short delivery, pulls it into the onside. They've gone for one, no one at home in the forward square region. A lot of work for the man backtracking from the backward square leg region. They've completed 2 runs, so I can take the score up to 94. They require 25. $25 required. 119 the target. 94 for 4. The wickets going around Bates for 6. Agar 28. Winston Warren 12. Leon Lane, he's not out on 36. Alan Young, he didn't trouble the scores. And the Orion Bostic, he just opened his account with a double. 94 for 4. 16.2 overs have been completed. 22 deliveries remain. 25 runs required. Marlon Blackgrove beats Bostic with a beauty of a delivery outside the yard stump. There was Bostic, forward and back, groping outside the yard stump, trying to steer this one down to third man, and there is no run. Blackgrove now sending that man, that short third man, down to third man. 21 deliveries remain, 25 runs required. Blackgrove on his way. Nice, gentle, easy approach. Former Barbados fast bowler. Bowls a delivery to Bostic, who's driving sweetly through the offside. They've gone for one. They will come back for the second quite easily. Bostic really easy on the eye as Ainsley Jordan has to do some backing up. So 2 more to the score takes it up to 96. They require 23 from 20 deliveries. 23 from 20. Our producer, Mr. Philip Hackett, on the Anytations, BJ's Auto Care, and Agar's favorite sponsor, Hebe's Beauty and Spa. I can assure you, Agar will go and get a massage at the end of this encounter. 102 for 4. 14 deliveries. A short delivery to slap down to the man coming off the sweeper boundary and Troy Toppin. 1 more to the score. 16 required from 13 deliveries. 16 from 13. As Jordan was a short delivery which is punched to that man coming again in Troy Toppin off the sweeper boundary. So the closeout, what has been a decent over delivered there by Ainsley Jordan, just conceding 7 runs under the circumstances. At the end of over number 18, 104 for 4. They require 15 runs from 12 deliveries. Base Beauty and Spa, massage and beauty services, mobile services as well. BJ's Auto Care, Jalan's Creations, floral arrangements and fruit baskets. Ricky's Driving School. You want to learn to drive? Check Ricky. Road of Plastics, Barbados Limited. They're based at Webster Industrial Park in St. Michael. JD's Enterprises, Black and White Whiskey, a product of Angelinus. The Last Stop, Barnadery, a relaxed atmosphere for socializing and casual dining on the ABC Highway. MJ Air Car Services, car renting and sales services. Terry's Food Truck and Kermit's Bar at the top of Thornbury Hill. Troy Topping comes into the attack to bowl the penultimate over. The assignment is clear. 15 runs required from 12 deliveries. Topping into the attack. 15 required from 12. What can Troy Topping produce here? Right arm, medium pacer. Both a full delivery. Orion Bostic is bowled. Neck and crop. Wicket number 5 goes down. Troy Topping. Can he be a hero here? Can he go from villain to hero? He would have dropped 2 catches on the long on boundary. The captain has given him the responsibility of bowling the penultimate over, and he struck with his first ball. The new batsman is Ian Drakes. He was in a long conversation with his manager, Anthony Fireworks Edgell. He's been given some strict instructions by Edgell. Let's see if Drakes can follow instructions. The assignment is really clear. 15 required from 11. Troy Topping with a short third man, a man at point, a man at extra cover, a long on, a sweeper, a long off, a man at backward square, short mid wicket in Jordan, and a man down at home in the corner region. Topping on his way into both the Drakes, and Drakes is forward, back to the bowler. There is no run. Can Troy Topping be a hero here? From villain to hero. He's bowled 2 dot balls so far. 15 required from 10. Delivery, Drakes is steering it into the outside. They go for a quick single. They will get home quite easily too. But in the end, another good delivery delivered there by Troy Topping. Mark Seeley was in rather quickly. Couldn't prevent the single. I can tell you they require 14 from 9. It's getting closer. It is getting tighter. Manager Fire Hedgel is holding his head. I've been told that he's sponsored by Panadol. He's going to need some as Topping on his way into bowl to Lane. And Lane is driving straight to Kinch there at that widest extra cover region, and there's no run. 14 required from 8. This has been some good stuff being served out here by Troy Topping. Can he close it out? A man from Andrew Mason would say deep in rural Barbados, all the way down in Crab Hill, St. Lucie. On his way into bowl delivery to Lane. Lane is wrapped on the positive. Gone for a quick single. Wait for the signal from the umpire. Leg by signal. Another good delivery. The equation now getting a lot closer. 13 required from 7. So this has been some really good stuff delivered by Troy Topping so far. Can he close it out? 13 required from 7. Troy Topping, a man from St. Lucie, the only female parish in Barbados. He's come up and stood up trumps among the men here at the 4 Square BNOC Oval here this afternoon. Can Troy Topping close out this over? I don't understand the field placements now. Asking the sweeper to come in. Lengthening shadows adds to the drama, adds to the excitement, adds to the anticipation. 106 for 5. 13 required from 7. Topping on his way into Drakes. And Drakes is swinging this one down to the man coming off the forward square boundary. They've gone for 1, and that's all there will be. A strong return up to the keeper's end. And a very good over ball by Troy Topping. Under the circumstances comes to an end. 107 for 5. I can tell you the assignment is quite clear. They require 12 off the last 6 deliveries. Accommodate this final over. They require 12. The assignment is quite clear. The captain has entrusted. He was the best bowler 2 seasons ago. The leader wicket taker 2 seasons ago. He was among the top 5 last season. Came belatedly into the attack. And now the captain has entrusted him with 12 runs to defend. Let's look at the field. It's going to be very interesting to see the field set. Philip Kinch at a very wide third man. There's a man at point in Mark Seeley. There is a man at extra cover in Gilbert Rock. Troy Toppin 3/4 of the way on the sweeper boundary. In fact, they're now asking Rock to go out of the circle. One man saving on the leg side. They're asking the man at backward square to come in. They're asking Rock to come in. They're now asking the man at square leg to come in. I can't understand it. Remember, sending down the square leg. Rock comes into the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4 fielders in the circle. Kinch at short third man. Seal at point. Rock at extra cover. And the man at short mid wicket in Ennis. Long on, long off, deep mid wicket cover and a sweeper. 12 runs required from 6 deliveries. Jordan to Drakes. Drakes down the track, and when he gets there, hits this one high, hard, and far. So Drakes eases some of the pressure with that maximum. 6 required from 5. Runs required from 5 deliveries. Ian Drakes. $113 for 5. The target is 190. He's down the tracker when he gets there. He's beaten with a delivery outside the off stump. 6 runs required from 4 deliveries. Ian Drakes struck the first ball out of the ground. Can Jordan work his way back into this one? On his way from where below the stats to Drakes. Drakes is down the tracker when he gets there. He's missing. There's an appeal for stumping. I can tell you that he's been mis-stumped by the keeper, Gibbons. So a chance, another chance going to beg, and I can tell you that there have been 7 chances already put down by this field inside. 6 drop catches and a stumping. 6 runs required from 3 deliveries. Jordan on his way into bowl to Ian Drakes. Fly to delivery, Drakes down the track. When he gets it, one high into the air. The fielder settles that long off, but Ian Drakes with a maximum wins the game. So the defending champions, the veterans, will get over the line with 2 deliveries remaining. 119 for 5 to win this one by some 5 wickets. They made it quite interesting, but in the end, they had enough firepower at the back end to get over the line. Ian Drakes will finish not out on 14, and with him, Leon Lane unbeaten on 41 at the non-strikers end. Ron Bates 6, Pedro Agar 28, Winston Warren 12, Leon Lane 41, Alan Young not, Orion Bostic 7, Ian Drakes 14 with 2 maximums, 2 important maximums. There were some 11 extras in the total of 119 for 5, 19.4 overs. Carl Marshall 4 overs, 1 made and 1 for 14. Marlon Blackgrove 4 overs, no made is 1 for 25. William Lashley 4 overs, no made is none for 18. Philip Kinch 4 overs, 1 made and 2 for 14. Curtis Murray 1 over for 22 runs. And I think that over was really the catalyst that got this innings really going. And Ainsley Jordan, 1.4 overs, no minutes, none for 19. Troy Topping, 1 over, very good over by him. 1 for 2 runs, and in the end, the defending champions, the veterans, getting over the line by some 5 wickets to bring us to the end of today's play, the end of our first live stream from the BNOC in the Amass T20 Cricket 2025. So I can tell you quickly, game number 1, the Limers got over the line 191 for 4. And in response, the Travelers 152 for 5. And the Veterans getting over the line 119 for 5 after the Challengers would have gotten up to 118 for 8. So in the end, the defending champions good enough to get over the line by 5 wickets with 2 deliveries remaining. And at the end here, the Veterans good enough to get over the line. So ladies and gentlemen, once again from the BNOC Oval here in 4 Square, saying good evening and goodbye. This is Curtis John on the Anything Cricket Let's Talk live stream. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you as we get deeper into the competition.